Good afternoon. This is V with Art of Aging with Grace. And today I have another wig review for you. Not what I have on though, but a new one that I received a couple of days ago. I'm going to be doing some styling on her. The wig that I have on is actually Petite John Renault's January, or I should say John Renault's January Petite, in the color Oyster. Now, don't get thrown by the color because this is not Oyster. It was Oyster. And I added a root with a black Sharpie, and I put some lowlights in it with the black Sharpie. It was just too white for me, I felt. I did a test quite some time ago on Copic markers, on furniture markers, and with Sharpie markers. I did them on pieces of white hair out of an old color ring that I had, and on an old heat-friendly wig that I had that I no longer wore. That was just a basic cap wig. And then I waited about 4 days later, and I shampooed everything. Everything washed out, with the exception of the Sharpie. So, if you're putting a root in with the Copic markers, or you're putting it in with a furniture marker, it is going to wash out. If you use a Sharpie, it's not going to. I used the Chisel Ed Black Sharpie. However, I was able to find some different shades of brown, but they're not the chisel end, they're a finer end, so you have to probably go a lot slower. This didn't take me very long, and I didn't do the entire wig. I didn't do way up under here and everything. I just kind of did. I did the lace area, as you can see here. I actually did get a few little blotches of black on the knots on that lace, but I just put a tissue underneath it, used a Q-tip, dipped it in some 71% alcohol, and just touched it on that knot like that, and then pressed the other side of the tissue on it, and it came right off beautifully. I was very careful to not get it on the beautiful mono top that is in this wig. This wig has also been altered by me by 3 inches in length. So it was down to here. I believe I have a review of her in her original color and with that longer length on this YouTube channel. So you can find her on there to see what she looked like before. And I have washed her. She came out beautifully. Like I said, I still have my low lights. I still have my darker root that I like. And she still feels very soft and beautiful. This is really a lovely wig. It was beautiful before I did this to it. It just felt like it wore me rather than me wearing it because of the length. And it was very, it's a beautiful color. Oyster is a beautiful color. It just wasn't right for me. So I was just making it my own. So, but what I want to talk to you today is really not about this wig. It's about one that I got in here that was sent to me and gifted to me for review by Franny's Hair. And I love it at this point. I got it 2 days ago, and I did a quick review on it, and then I played back my review, and I just decided it deserved more than that. So I actually had styled it. However, I washed it. Now that's something that I actually think people really should do before they start really styling their wigs, is to wash it and condition it and let it dry, because it was easier for me to do the things I was doing to it after I washed it. I'll explain that as I go, why that was. It more conforms to the style that it was supposed to be to begin with after it's had a wash, because it's had box hair. It's going to have some fibers that are bent, because these are nylon fibers. They get bent. You have no idea how many miles this wig has come to get to you, but it's come from overseas. And usually it's come from Cambodia and Thailand, the fibers having been made in Japan. And it goes to the West Coast, and it's sitting on barges. It's going in by train. It's going in by semis to the distribution points for the manufacturers. So it's been in the box a long time. So it needs some air, and it needs a little bit of perking up and getting it washed ahead of time, or at least giving it a cold soak for, I think, maybe an hour. We'll get rid of that box hair. And that will also tamp down some shine if you think it's too shiny. I rarely ever think anything I wear anymore is too shiny. I think I've just decided I like shiny hair. Back when I was younger, I wanted to make it shiny. So anyway, I'm going to take her off here in just a minute, this one, and put Kennedy by Estetica on in the color Chrome RT1B, of course, which is pretty much my favorite color. And yeah, I kind of tried to turn this a little bit into Chrome RT1B. And that's okay, because that's how you make it your own. Anyway, my dog was trying to come up on my lap, so I'm not sure what she wants. She likes to sit behind me on this chair. So maybe if I move forward a little, she'll just do that and leave me alone, because I'm alone in the house. So we'll see. And I'm going to take this off. I'm going to put Kennedy on. And Kennedy, the stock photos show it really heavy, parted in the middle, coming down like this, and it just looks so heavy. But I saw a lady who was doing like a follow-up review on it, and she decided to part it on the side because it has a full monofilament top. So I ordered it because I just been playing around with some wigs that are a little bit longer, not just the total pixie, but I would still consider them to be a short wig. So let me take that off and put, well, first I'm going to show you some of the things on Kennedy. So Kennedy is a total monofilament top. This is her color, Chrome RT1B. And she comes with a pretty baked in center part when you get her. So that took me a little bit of work, and it's probably going to take me some work today too. So I'll show you the cap. This is a monofilament top, and it has a lace front that's nice and deep. You see how deep it is? It does have that silicone strip on there. You know, I've thought about that, and so once in a while that can show in the part. But I think if you just put a little bit of your foundation on that, if it's really looking like a little shiny spot in your part, that would take care of it. It does help the lace to lay flatter, though, to have that on there. And it's reinforced onto the mono top. Now, Estetica wigs state that their wigs run average to large. I am a petite or less than petite. My circumference is 20 1/4. If I put the grip on, because it doubles on me twice in the back, and I measure over that, it's more like maybe 20 1/2. And my ear to ear is 11 inches, and my hairline to occipital bone is 11 1/2. My face length is 7 1/4. So most of my measurements are child size. I do wear a lot of Estetica wigs, and they work for me. Once in a while, I have to take one in and alter the cap. But most of them I don't have to, because they're very stretchy. So they stretch on the circumference to fit other people, and I can cinch them in as long as I don't have a lot of wefts that I'm grabbing up here. Like, because see, this is a petite, I don't have any wefts that I'm grabbing up here. It's fitting right up against my head. Okay, sometimes I rather that they don't fit exactly up against my head, as long as I can't see the crown going ba-boom, 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 up and down. When I'm moving, I'm good to go, because I kind of like the air that gets in, if that makes any sense. That's why I actually prefer a monofilament top with a lace front and open wefted sides, rather than, quite frankly, a hand-tied wig. For some reason, I just like these. That's a personal preference. Hand-tied wigs are gorgeous. This has an extended open nape, and there are nice stays in there to have it conform to your head. It has fabric covered ear tabs. They have stays in them. Here's the other one. And I would say this is a double monofilament. That's my other Preston by Estetica. Also feels the same. And I've had a couple of caps in here that are monofilament top, and they don't feel as heavy as this one. And in thickness, I mean, and they don't feel heavy on your head. Actually, the most comfortable wigs I've ever worn. So I can wear them for about 12 hours a day and not want to rip them off my head. And quite honestly, this John Renault is a very comfortable wig. I had the adjusters, though, pulled out all the way in this petite to get over my grip and to feel comfortable in me. So, and it has a monofilament top, too. So let me remove this, and I'll put Kennedy on for you. Sorry, usually my glasses come with it. You know me, it's just real. So we're going to put Kennedy on. I want to tell you a little bit about her specs. Kennedy is, she's 7.75 inches her side. Okay. And that's considered the bang. It actually comes from here all the way down. Now that's going to come below my chin because I am 7.25 to this. I generally do not like wigs that come really below my chin. I don't want them to stop right here, so they got to be a little bit like right here, or they got to be up here on me because I feel like it just drags my face down lower. And she has a, I believe it is a 3-inch nape. Let me see. It doesn't say in the measurements on the site, but it really doesn't look like a 3-inch nape. Well, it's maybe 3 inches from where they sewed it on, but what hangs below the extended nape looks more like maybe at the longest point 2.75 maybe, or 2.5, something like that. It has good coverage. So now when you have a monofilament top like this, you don't have any permatease in that top. You also have no stretch in that top. Your stretch is all going to be on the sides and in the back where the open wefting is. I think that's why I love monofilament caps, because they fit me better, because I don't get this stretch so much up here. Because of my 11.5 inches from here to here, a regular cap normally is going to sit way down here on my ears, and I have to scooch them up to make room for my bows of my glasses. And I have to do that a little bit with a monofilament top, but not nearly as much as one that just has a lace front or a lace part, or has no part at all, and it's an average. So I'm going to dive into her and put her on. First, I got my grip on. Okay, and she's on right because I can feel it's, I got my seam back there, and I got my little bit of roughness here. And it's under my occipital bone, not way down here on my neckline. So let me dive into her, and we'll take a look at her and see what we can do with her. Kind of look like Cousin It there for a minute. Oh, and once again, the color is Chrome RT1B. That's a black root, and it's a silver color. Now, right now, she's pretty much wanting to go back into her middle part, which I don't think, sorry, I always get hair in my mouth if you've watched any of my videos, even with short wigs. I'm just running my fingers through it to get her back now. So I don't think that's a good look on me. I think a center part is difficult for most people to wear. There are some people that look amazing with center parts, don't get me wrong. However, I am not one of them. So now I'm going to go up here and I'm going to scooch up the ear, around the ears a little bit with my thumb so that my bows aren't getting caught in the adjusters. So I've got some room for them. And as you might have noticed, I cut the ear area out of my wig grip I draw around it with a pen. Then I just cut it out. I give it a wide berth so I don't have that extra bulk under my glasses, because that drives me crazy. And I have to wear readers on the computer, so you might get a little bit of glare, but I can't see the computer in my regular glasses, which is not uncommon for people. So now I want to give her a left-hand part. And I do love the way that she's kind of kicky on the ends, that she's not a bob that comes like this on me, because I don't think that will do much for my face shape. Okay. So let's kind of see. I'm going to try to flip her over. And once again, for those of you that think I should comb the hair, I see I'm using my hands. You have to get down, baby. My dog. She wants me to hold her, I guess. Are you coming up? Come on. You can come up. Come on. Come on. Sorry, Adrienne is my assistant, apparently, or she thinks she is today. Come here, go behind me. There you go. Go back. Well, now I have to roll my chair back because she is like pushing me to the edge of my chair. Yes, I'm babying her. She is a new baby. She's 2 years old, and we adopted her just before Thanksgiving. And she had been abused for 2 years. So I got a little bit of a snag right there. Want to gently remove that with my fingers. There we go. Now, after I washed her, I could get her up over onto this left side easier. But I'm going to tell you the truth here, what I did. I went into that center part before I washed her, and I had her on my head, and I just really dug at it like this to break it up, because it seemed really quite baked in, like it was just right there and nothing I did with it. She's pushing on me. Sorry, guys. She's making a bed behind me. Nothing I did would keep it over there. So after that helped some. I had this one piece, it's probably going to do it right here, that wants to go on the other side, which I'm okay with that. I don't care if my part is super straight anyway. There's the part on the left side. See, it's a little crooked. I don't care, because I think that just looks more natural. Perfectly straight parts, they're not necessary. I also go in, sorry, again, I'm still getting hair out of my face, because she's now all silky and lightweight without any product from when I played with her before. And I'm going to tell you that this is a very low density wig. It's probably the lowest density Estetica wig that I've ever had. There's a tiny bit of permatease right in here where the monofilament part stops. And that goes kind of all the way around that mono. But you get down in here, there's none here. And of course there is none on the top. And usually I need some height. So I usually go in to every wig I have, whether it has permatease or not, and I use John Renault Peace Out Cream. A little bit of it on my finger, and I rub it in. Usually I start with about a dime size. Sometimes I have to go back with a little bit more. It just depends on how much I have to get off the cap. So this is not right out of the box, so some of it's already off the cap because it was longer and it was straighter. Before I washed it, making it kick out like this, I had to do it artificially. But after I washed it, it just automatically went like that, which I love because it's a bob, but it's not a bob. It's not a traditional bob. Never thought of myself as a bob wearer. So I go in here and I usually start by making little circles with my fingers on the lace. Now, some people think I'm crazy. Why do I do that? Well, I'm not crazy. I do that because our hairline does not grow in a straight line around our forehead. It's usually broken up by pieces of the hair, so it's more erratic. So when you do this, it actually makes the lace front look more realistic. Then I can go up in here too, into the crown. I can make little circles on that monofilament with that Jon Renau Peace Out cream, essentially making my own permatease to some degree. I can go anywhere on the cap that I want, but I stay at the root with it, with my fingers, and I'm making little circles all around. I can go up here in the front, bring some of this where I like a separation here, so it goes back away from my face. I'll put it in here and rub it really good, messing it up, making almost like backcombing it, or making your own permatease. So it'll stay out of my face more. Maybe. Well, there's another piece that wants to go over there. I'm okay with that. So I got more in my hands, so I might as well just run my hands through it a little bit. You know, I like to run my hands all through the hair because that's what I think I would do if I had hair this length. Just because it'd be great to have it. And the little bit of Jon Renau Peace Out cream that's on my hands kind of gets on the fibers. And if you remember when you had bio hair, just about the time that it was doing what you wanted it to do, it was time to wash it. And when it comes out of you washing it, and it was all squeaky clean, you couldn't style it as well as you could when you had some product in it. So basically, wigs can be the same way. They usually come very flat, and until you get a little bit of product or something in them, you're not going to be able to know whether you like it on yourself or the styles that you can do. So now she looks pretty wild, which is not unusual for me. However, I'm going to go in and I'm going to take these little two fingers predominantly, and I'm going to place hair where I want it. I'm still having a little trouble with this piece wanting to go over there, but I'm going to try twisting it like this into the other hair. I'm just grabbing hair, twisting back. I'm pushing back almost like I'm ratting my hair with my fingers. Now I can do that with a comb too, a regular rat tail comb, which I have right here. Sorry, I was off the camera there for a minute. Insert it, one push back, pull it out. Insert it, one push back, pull it out. Then loosen it up with your fingers. And I have to look in the mirror to make sure I have this. Yes, my widow's peak is showing a tiny bit there. But I like this wig and a couple of others that I've gotten from Estetica because they don't have a really super long lace front on the forehead. I only have a 2.5 inch forehead. I don't need lace that comes down here. And with this small over the ear I have, lace doesn't want to lay flat on me when it's an average size or could stretch to be large, because you got a lot of stretch beyond the lace. This is a temple to temple lace front. It goes all the way over here. Okay, so usually I push down on it. This one's fitting, so I'm not gluing it. But if I were gluing it with It Stays even, I would do this. After I'd put the lace in place on top of the It Stays, I'm going to press to about the count of 30. Only going to do 20 for you guys. And then I press it all the way off to the edges. Then I go back, press it really hard again, and press. And this is called press and print. Now, you can kind of see how the lace conforms a little better even to my head. Hopefully. My camera's slipping down. Sorry, guys. Don't know what's happening here. There we go. Thanks for bearing with me. You know, my videos are just real. So, I've got her back off my face, more like I like her. Now, I could hold on to my lace front, and I could rake my hands through her also and try to take her back. And if you're hearing noise behind me, that's my dog still trying to figure out her position, apparently. She's pushing me off the chair is what she's doing. I think she's decided it's her chair. The things we do for our pets, right? Oh, anyway, and this side, come up a little like this. But I really think she's cute. I want this a little flatter up here. I'm going to comb it at the ends first, though, because if I start up here and I get a snag, then I've got possibly a frizzing of an end, and I don't want that. So if I do the ends first, then I can go up here. And you don't ever comb down to the root with the wide tooth comb. Sometimes I go like this because I can get through easily without snags, especially if it were be a curly wig that you don't want to end up taking all your curl pattern out of, but you have to run a little bit of a comb through it, you feel like. So use it on the side like this. You won't get snags. It won't take your curl pattern out. But if you take it this way and it's got a curl pattern, it will take it to a wave and you won't have the curls that you had before. Okay, now let me see in the mirror here to see if I'm liking anything I did. I think she's really cute. I like the kickiness of her. I'm going to put my real glasses on so I can see in the mirror for a minute. Just give me a second here. I'm just going to bring her back over in here a little bit. And I can always make these a little more kicky by just kind of back combing them a little bit. Look how well they got, like, longer, right? Now, what else could I do with this? I could put a piece behind my ear and put a little clip on it. I like these little clips. I don't like to wear a lot of, I don't like to wear headbands and things like that in my hair. I don't like to wear barrettes usually. Well, usually I got short styles anyway, so there's not much room for any of that. But I like these little clips because sometimes you can hide them in places where they don't even show. But I could go in here, and I don't want to pull all of it behind my ear. I will try it and see what it looks like, but I feel like I need some pieces down here. So I could just take some of this and just look like I like to look like it just happened. Not like I went and got it styled and I was all fussy about it, but the hair just kind of fell that way and I went with it. Whoops, kind of slipped out a little. I just got to dig down further. I can actually catch it in the cap if I want to. I just press down, you got a little clip there. So we have her like that. Now if I wanted to, could I do this side too? Yes. I could put another clip here. So I have a little different look there. Now I did try something yesterday to see how it would look. I'll mess up my side here by doing this, but oh well. Yesterday though, when I was doing it, I couldn't find my clip that would grab hair up on the top like this. And I discovered it in Adrian's crate, buried in her blanket. And she had broken it. So I lost the clip. Oh well. I'm going to pull up a little bit more on this side. Because this has a monofilament top, it's going to look like scalp no matter where I do with it. Now I got one of these things. This is what she broke and took from me yesterday. Well, maybe I want it back a little more. But you can put her up like this, and then come up in here, take a few of these little pieces down so it looks more messy. I got a little too much out on that side, but we'll go in here. You can just pull some of that down. Now, when you do something like this, and you have these little pieces coming down, you might be eating them. Anyway, I'm just saying is that people don't think you have a wig on because they don't think of wigs being able to do this stuff or you being able to do it to it. They just see it, they just think, wow, you know, it's a different hairstyle. Because people think of wigs that look, when they look so perfect, they look more like they could be a wig. But when they're a little more out there, a little more messy, not so perfect, it kind of looks like that could be your real hair. And I think this has a really nice lace front. I wouldn't be afraid to show that at all. I think it's kind of cute this way. I got this back here. I'm going to smooth that down. I'm going to do a little bit of a spin and show you what she looks like from the back. That's assuming I can do that with Adrian behind me in the chair. So we'll try it. So this is her side. But remember, I got that top knot up there. And here's the back. Here's the nape. I didn't do my stays back there. I didn't do my ear tab. Oh yeah, I did do my ear tab stays. So if you think you'd like to try a bob, but you're not really a bob person, and you're more of what I call one of my pixie chicks and short-haired girls, or sisters I call them, short-haired sisters, you might try Kennedy. It's not thick like it looks in the picture. If you can wear a middle part, all better for you. But if not, you just have to break that up and you have to get it trained to go off the face. I didn't use anything except John Renault Peace Out cream here. So that did it for me. I was able to do that. It didn't need a little more training over in here with that one piece yet. Yes, but I'm trying to keep this video from going super long and it's already at 32 minutes. So I'm really sorry for that. But I do think that she's a really cute style. I believe she is one I will definitely be wearing. And let's take her out of this, let her fall down and see what happens. Now, I can make her messy. So, this is Kennedy by Estetica. You can find her at franny'shair.com. I'll put the links below in the description box. And I had fun today playing with her and coming here to be with you. So you take care. Oh, I always forget to tell people this. Would you please like and subscribe, because it helps me to know and Franny to know what content actually helps you to make some decisions or helps you in your wig journey. Because we're here to help people. That's all we're here for, is to help you. So please do that for me. And remember, make it yours. And when people say, "Oh, is that your real hair?" just say, "Yes, all bought and paid for." You take care and have a blessed day.